Chris Chinnock here for Display Central with Dan Lunig with LG Electronics. We're at DSE 2013. And we're actually going to talk about a little bit of trends in the display industry, the digital signage industry. I was at ISE where we reported on a lot of the new display stuff that you're actually showing here in the booth. So I thought let's talk about some trends instead.
Thanks, Chris. I really appreciate you coming over to the booth. As you said, we're at DSE 2013, and some of the trends we're seeing and we're focused on in 2013 are really excited for digital signage. We're actually standing in front of one of the trends that we have, and that's the focus on moving from CCFL backlight to LED backlight. And the benefit to the customer and the end user is it's a green technology. So it uses significantly less energy. It's also thinner and weighs less, so mounting is less of a challenge. The products we have at the high end are actually our video wall products, which you have to come to the booth to see. They're behind us and can't be seen, but I can tell you it's outstanding. But the WS product is our mid-grade product. Yes. So it's got a uniform thin bezel, which is very important in digital menu boarding, and that talks to one of the trends that we're seeing, which is quick serve restaurants, casual serve restaurants, and other food service organizations are now implementing digital menu boards. So as we move into 2013, I think what you're going to see as a customer, just going into any retail environment, whether it's a restaurant retail environment or a store, is a move towards digital signage and a move towards interactive digital signage in some cases. So those are a couple areas. One really exciting thing that, once again, we can't do justice to showing you here is our 84-inch screen.
Yes, we actually have some good video of that, and I saw lots of good stuff at ISE, so
great,
absolutely.
Great. So that's an LED lit product. It's 4K resolution.
Yes.
So we actually make a digital media player that's capable of providing the actual content. So those are the areas that we're seeing some big benefit, and areas that we're going to see that product anywhere you need to make a huge splash. So for instance, if you're coming into McCarran Airport and you're coming down the escalator in the third terminal, you're going to see dual 84s on top of each other showing you which way to go. So you don't get lost, go to the wrong baggage claim, and waste any time getting to the things that you like in Las Vegas. Right. And that's an area that we're going to see in the future as retail and other environments look towards really creating a big buzz by having something that's larger than life.
So give me a feel where you are in terms of percentage of a product transition from CCFL to LED, and how much of the product line is going to be touch enabled, I think, in 2013.
We're making a big push. In terms of percentages, I would say that the transition is happening right now. I wouldn't want to give you a solid percentages because we still have some CCFL backlit product that's going out, and some customers like that form factor and will continue to use it, but in certain areas they're pushing towards green, and most companies say, how can I reduce the cost of the installation? When you've got a video wall that's say 3x3, 4x4, or 5x5, energy usage becomes really paramount. So by the end of the first half, we will have made the major transition to the LED backlit from the CCFL backlit, especially for our digital signage products. And that's being driven by not only what the customer wants, but also by the situation happening in most states, which is everybody's looking to go green. And so you want recycling, you want to use less energy, and when you have a large rollout, especially in an airport, you want to use as little energy as possible. So you're not going to be stressing the grid as much. So we're making that transition very quickly, and we're promoting that with all of our customers.
Now, will the pricing of the LEDs be about the same as the CCFL?
There's still a little bit of a delta there. Perhaps in a year or so, maybe.
Some others are keeping it at the same price, you know.
Yeah, and we may keep it at the same price in certain areas. There's still going to be some delta potentially. We are always going to be as competitive as necessary to make the business happen. That's LG's strategy is to be cutting edge on the technology, the thinnest bezel, 47 and 55 inch, some of the nicest looking 4K displays out there in sizes that are basically cutting edge. Our product is going to be portrait and landscape versus some that are not. Sure. So we're going to make the foray into product that really meets all of the customers' technological needs, and we'll make sure that we're as competitive as needed.
So you mentioned QSR as a focus this year. Airport signage is another focus. What are some of the other focuses?
Retail is going to be a big focus as stores and especially boutiques, are looking to differentiate themselves. The idea that they're going to put in digital signage. Another area that we're seeing some big potential is in what I would call specialty products. So a stretch screen, or perhaps, and as you'll see here, a really outstanding translucent or transmissive screen that basically you can see through. Yeah. So we're showing a few of those things, and
you've been showing, and a lot of people have been showing those for a good year.
Yeah, and they've been shown for probably a year. But what happens is you've got a situation where it takes a while for a really new and unique technology to be implemented. Sure. And where that implementation happens is based on the customer need, and then whether it meets an end user requirement. So.
Do you see 2013 maybe as the year that transparent displays take off? Or?
I would say probably 2013, first half of 2014. Integration is a question, how to get it to the right place, the type of content you utilize. So everything is driven, for the most part, from my perspective, not only by the technology of the display, but by the content that can be driven to it.
Now, a lot of your displays are also 3D capable because you have the polarizing filter on them. Obviously, this is a glasses-based solution, not necessarily the best solution for signage.
So it's interesting that you say that, and I totally agree. You know, you're going to walk into a store and grab a set of glasses and look at some digital signage? Probably not. An area where we may see some implementation is in public areas where viewing is actually the first thing that you do. So we haven't seen it yet, but bars and restaurants, if they're doing a larger video wall, a 3x3, if you did a 3D video wall in that environment, when the Sunday football game comes on in 3D,
would work.
And a sponsor says, I'm giving away the glasses, come in and see it, pay-per-view environments where you're already paying to be there. Yeah. And by the way, it wouldn't have to be all 3D. It could be 50% of those screens are 3D.
That's true.
So somebody doesn't want to wear it because they have the issue with the shutter effect, which sometimes hits people. The fact of the matter is the glasses are a few dollars a piece versus some of the more active technologies, which can cost significantly more.
And museums would work also.
Well, and that's an interesting thing. So we've actually seen some very interesting 3D technology being used and implemented in the museum area, in engineering, in flight simulation, in areas like that. And actually, I was able to see like some really forward-thinking trends at UCal San Diego, where they're doing some of the very cutting-edge stuff that you're talking about, and they're talking about doing a 3D video wall and some cave-type environments. So there's a lot of interesting things for 3D, and a lot of people are, 3D came and then it kind of fizzled, and now it's, I'm pretty much a proponent of saying 3D is here. 3D is going to be a big aspect of the business, whether it's 3D without glasses at some point in time, which may take over if we can, bring it into the right situation. But with the glasses, you go to a movie and you watch a movie in 3D and you don't even hesitate to grab the glasses and watch the movie. So at some point in time, where the application is right and where the customer meets the need, that 3D will be implemented. And that might be bars and restaurants who are trying to
Sky that's how they made 3D happen in the UK. With 3D telecasts of sporting events. That was very powerful for them for laying the seeds for the home market.
Exactly, and the home market generally, ends up being like a starting point for certain technologies. Once it gets into commercialization, you're talking about, scale, and you're talking about the ability to drive the information to them. Yeah. But the fact is, as soon as you have the Super Bowl in 3D, and a bar with a 3x3 video wall, which has the ultra-thin bezel, and the people come in and they put the glass on, they're there for the experience, that will be the type of environment that will take off in.
Absolutely, absolutely. Dan, it's been a pleasure.
Chris, it's been great to talk to you.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. I hope everybody who's at DSE will stop by our booth, see what LG has to offer, because I'm telling you, 2013 is the year that LG will show its true colors with its IPS technology that drives it all.
There you go. Chris Chinnock for Display Central.